Grand evening. A bit of a quick one again. I started to post something this morning uh, in regards to being a British Moor, what that means, what that might look like, and what it is that DRC, which is the DunRampinCoalition, which is a service. It's many things, but one of the things that it does, it will be enabling Moors, the British, and those seeking to establish their their living and live status, to be able to establish that here on these islands, on these British Isles. So that's what the DunRampinCoalition is about. It's seeking to support, as I say, Moors, British Moors. There are different types of Moor, if you like, or from different locations or jurisdictions, or what's the word I'm looking for? From different kingdoms. You know, Moors were, and everywhere. And this is in light of what is occurring at the moment. There's going to be some more information going out about how to get in contact with DRC, DunRampinCoalition. It's a console. It's as I say, it's an opportunity for people to know more about what it means to be a Moor, a British Moor, to be sovereign, to be not naturalised, to claim your nationality, and what that means to be a national, in terms of civic duties and responsibilities here on these isles that we are calling Britain. So I just wanted to announce that, and that it exists. It's been existing for a little while, but I suppose it's about putting England on notice, and the world, for that matter, that the Moors, British Moors, are here, where we exist, and we are seeking to claim, make claim to our birthright, our inheritance, and our hereditaments, and to assume a allodial title. That's what we're here to do. So expect to hear more from Moors. Yeah, I'm delighted about it. Now, I don't expect anything from anyone about this. I know I am right. It is interesting that the moment that I start talking about Moors and being British, people start to ask me, "Oh, so how can you prove it?" I don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. And it's interesting that the idea of me stepping into my identity, my true identity, all of a sudden has become a bit of an issue for some people. But meanwhile, it's not an issue for the LGBTQ community to step into their identity, and for them to sort of lay claim and to define themselves as for what they are. But all of a sudden, it seems to be a bit of a problem for me and people such as me, melanated people, to be claiming, one, their Britishness, and also them being Moor, and what that means. I was in the process of posting something or recording something that has revealed some information about Abraham Lincoln and the ways in which he was promoting a back to Africa program from the Americas. It's also considered and well known actually in the US that Lincoln was described as a mulatto. In the UK, the classification would be mixed race, dual heritage. People don't know these things. I didn't know that. Well, I did know actually, but I'd never given it any consideration because for a president, so Obama wasn't the first melanated president of the United States for a start, and also a little bit, although Obama wasn't promoting a back to Africa thing, unlike say Marcus Garvey and W.E. Du Bois, and a few other people on that side of the pond. But over here, we've got lots of people that have been talking about, and for a long time, throughout the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties, and to this very day, people are saying, our homeland for melanated people is Africa. And actually, the evidence is suggesting something completely different. Especially, now that it's becoming very, very clear, not only that the transatlantic slave trade was a fiction, I want to know why you would create such a fiction. To what end? That's becoming apparent to me as well. And not just to me, to a lot of melanated peoples, to a lot of Moors, British Moors, and Moors, and British, and those British who are not Moors, and those people that are those sovereigns that have got nationality elsewhere, but reside here on the British Isles and been here for a long time, and also that they have known what it is that I'm saying to be true, and known for a long time, and been complicit in the hijack, the deceit, the lies, and the deception of keeping that lie going. Yeah. That's a bit of a tough one to take actually, because as time goes on, as time ticks on by, but people, I'm going to say the English still remain arrogant. They still remain determined to be assume to be the fountain of all knowledge, and that their standard is the only standard, and everybody else is subject to that. I am no longer subject to that. You have no credibility whatsoever. The only credibility that you have is through force of arms. Yeah. And it doesn't give you credibility. It just makes you a bully. Just makes a bully. You think that just because you've got big guns and all the rest of it, that gives you the right to dictate the lives, dictate and destroy the lives of people that you feel of lower standing than you. That people that you feel you have the right to take that which does not belong to you, but which is the birthright and inheritance of other nations, people that were here long before you. Long time before you. And you've lied about it. Anyway, so DRC, that's what it's about. That's what it's setting itself up as. We're going to be providing opportunities for people to claim their nationality and to know what that means, what that looks like, and to overstand and understand what the responsibilities are with being British and being British more, and being sovereign to these lands, and to want to reside here as a living man or woman. with nationality that may belong elsewhere. Okay, an example of that, people from Aborigines, indigenous from Australia, they'll be indigenous and Aboriginal and native to Australasia. But will not have a allodial title here in Britain or on the continent of Iberia, i.e. Europe, or in the Americas, but could come here and live and reside, own property possibly also. Now, if you belong to the UK corporation, or you're a citizen of the UK corporation, you have no allodial title to these lands. You have no inalienable rights to these lands. You have alienable, inalienable, and unalienable rights, but not to the lands. Not to the lands, and not to the land, the air, or the water. You don't have rights to that at all. Particularly in Britain. Britain is covenant land. British are covenant people. That is connected to the covenant that was made with Isaac and his forebearers, Isaac's seed, which includes Jacob. One of Jacob's ancestors is King James, and the King James of the Bible that he commissioned. That's all I want to say about that. 11 minutes 56. I'm going to finish in 2, 1. May your ERP remain strong. And until the next time, grand evening.